Alright, for this problem, we first have to start out by drawing our compass. And label it north, east, south, and west. So it says two planes simultaneously take off from the same airport. So the airport can be here, and we can label that C. And then it says plane A flies 400 miles per hour at north 20 east, which will look like this as plane A. And plane B flies 500 miles per hour at south 30 east. This is plane B, and this is 30. And we are trying to find this distance right here. We can label this C. So it says, how far apart are the planes after 3 hours? So if plane A flies 400 miles per hour, it means in 3 hours it would travel 1,200 miles. We'll label that side B. And if plane B flies 500 miles per hour, in 3 hours it will have traveled 1,500 miles. So now we need to find this angle right here. We can use the complement of these two angles. So 90 minus 20 is 70, and 90 minus 30 is 60. So this entire angle right here is equal to 130 degrees. Now we have a side angle side triangle. And when we have a side angle side in a triangle, we can use the law of cosines to solve it. So we're trying to find C, so we can use the equation C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine C. And now we can plug in the values that we know. So we don't know C, but we do know A, which is 1,500 squared, plus B, which is 1,200 squared, minus 2 times 1,500 times 1,200 times the cosine of C, which is here. So the angle C is 130, so it'd be cosine 130. Now, we can plug this equation into our calculator. So 1,500 squared plus 1,200 squared. Oops. All right, so our C squared is equal to this number right here, 5.395. So now we take the square root of this entire thing to get our C value. So our C value is 2,450. So the distance between A and B is 2,450 miles. Now, the second part of the question asks, what are the bearings from plane A to plane B at the end of the 3 hours? So now we have to solve for these angles here. To do this, we can use the law of sines, because we have all three sides now known and an angle. So we can set it up as the sine of angle A over side A, which is 1,500, is equal to sine of 130 over side C, which is the distance that we just found. Now we can cross multiply and plug this into our calculator. So we have 1,500 times sine 130 divided by 1450. And then we can use the inverse of sine, find our angle A. So angle A equals 28 degrees. And we can place that right here. And we know that all the angles in a triangle add up to 180. So that makes angle B equal to 22 degrees. Okay, so in order to find the bearings, we first need to redraw our compass. So a line straight through here, and then across here. And relabel these. North, east, south, and west is over here, which I already drew. Alright, so now we can see that this line here is parallel to this line over here. And since it is parallel, we know that this interior angle right here is 20 degrees. And since we know that this entire angle is 28 degrees, we now can say that this tiny little angle in here is 8 degrees. And so if we're finding the bearing from A to B, we're finding this bearing right here, which is southeast. So our final bearing would be south 8 east.